We have seen in our previous session that gases have many common characteristics. The gaseous state of a substance is described by four physical properties, also known as four parameters, also known as four measurable properties. They are temperature, pressure, volume, and mass. Here mass, you can take it as what? Amount of gas. The correlations in these four characteristics of gases have been established as a result of certain generalizations worked out by different scientists. These are known as gas laws. So the various gas laws associated with the gases are discussed in our forthcoming discussions. So I welcome you all for today's session on the small chapter or a small topic known as gas laws. So totally we have to understand what four important gas laws given by four different scientists. Okay, right. See, I told just now four measurable properties. They are pressure, volume, temperature, and the mass in terms of number of moles or amount of gas. That means any gas is told in terms of P, V, T, and N. P for pressure, V for volume, T for temperature, N for number of moles or amount of gas. So by knowing these four, we can comfortably tell in what condition, in what phase the gas is and how it behaves. So the behavior of gas or the condition of the gas or the state of the gas is explained by knowing these four measurable properties of that gas. Okay, right. So we have to understand four laws. One is Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, and Avogadro's law. Okay. So what is Boyle's law? See, I told only among the four only you have to make conditions P, V, T, and N. Okay. So here in Boyle's law, we learn about relation between the V and the P. What are remaining two? Remaining two are constant. Okay. So under those two constant, these two how they vary. In Charles' law, we learn about the relationship between V and T, keeping the pressure and the number of moles constant. And the Gay-Lussac's law, it is the relation between pressure and the temperature. Whereas the last one, Avogadro's law, where we understand the relationship between volume and the number of particles are the in terms of what amount. Okay, number of particles, right? Okay. First we learn about the Boyle's law. Okay, Robert Boyle. First statement, what laws? Because statement is very important. Boyle's law states that pressure increases when volume decreases, and vice versa. If the gas temperature is constant for a particular amount of a gas, okay, means for a known amount of a gas, keeping the temperature constant, increase in the pressure decreases the volume. This is what Boyle's law. Okay, right. This is diagrammatically shown. When you increase the pressure, okay, volume decreases. Okay, right. Now, always in physical chemistry, we use mathematics. So mathematically, how this relation is written? So pressure is what? Inversely, because pressure increases, volume decreases. Inverse variation. Therefore, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. So P proportional to 1 by V. So wherever proportionality sign is there, so I think we have learned in the lower class, by removing the proportionality sign, we have to keep some constant. Okay. So this is PV. So P is equal to constant into 1 by V. P equal to what? Constant into 1 by V, or if you take this V this side by cross multiplication, so PV equal to constant. Okay. This is what? This is the Boyle's law equation or the Boyle's law formula. Right. Now, a particular gas is at a particular pressure P1 and at a particular volume V1. When it is changing the pressure from P1 to P2, accordingly it will change the volume from V1 to V2. That time what is the equation? That time it is P2 is inversely proportional to the 1 by V2. So ultimately P2 V2 equal to constant. Earlier it was P1 V1 equal to constant. Now P2 V2 equal to constant. In the same way, if you change the pressure from P2 to P3, P3 to P4, in the same way, what is the conclusion here? P1 V1 equal to P2 V2 equal to P3 V3 equal to so on. It is equal to what? Constant. Or if you take only these two, initial and the final, only these two, P1 V1 equal to P2 V2, then after rearrangement, so take the P2 this side, so P1 by P2 equal to V2 by V1. Okay, so this is in different way of writing mathematically Boyle's law or the Boyle's equation. Now this is graphical representation of Boyle's law. It is what? A graph between pressure and the volume. Okay, right. At a different temperature. At this constant temperature, what is the shape? Okay, see, at this pressure, this is the what? Volume, high pressure, low volume, low pressure, high volume, same relation. PV equal to constant relation is maintained at different temperatures. This is the graph between pressure and the 1 by V. That will give what? A straight line where T3 is more than T2 and T1 at different temperatures. This is in what? Resembles y equal to mx plus c. Okay, right. So this is taken on the y-axis P and V is taken on the 1 by V is taken on the x-axis. Okay, right. So y equal to mx plus c. So we learn in the next class what how to take a slope which intercept all those. Okay, right. Now this is what straight line due to that relation between the volume and the T at constant temperature. Now, just now we learned PV equal to K according to Boyle's equation. Okay, now D equal to what? Mass by volume. Okay, now what we'll do? Substituting in equation 1, what for? V equal to what? When D equal to M by V, what is V equal to? V equal to M by D. So in place of V, I substitute M by D here. So therefore, P in place of M by D equal to K. Right now, P by D, transfer M this side. What happens here? P by D equal to K by M. Okay, what is K here? K is a proportionality constant. What is M? Amount of the mass is also constant. So it is totally constant. So P by D equal to constant. So when P by D equal to constant, that means what? That means if you take D this side, so P is directly proportional to the D. That means what? That means pressure is directly proportional to the density. Density gives what? Density gives how much molecules are there in a small volume. Okay. Therefore, increasing the pressure increase the density. They go to smaller volume. All molecules come so close. Density automatically increases. Therefore, P and D they have got direct variation. So this is one more way of saying Boyle's law. Now, this is a everyday example for the Boyle's law. What? As the balloon is squeezed, the volume of the container decreases. So, what is the impact here? This increased the gas pressure inside the balloon, and if the pressure becomes too great, the balloon pops. Okay. So, this is what relation between P and the V in our day to day. That means it is there in the nature already. Okay. Only thing we are finding. Now, one more example of Boyle's law in day-to-day life. When we breathe, our diaphragm moves downward, increasing the volume of the lungs. This causes the pressure inside the lungs to be less than the outside pressure, so air rushes in. So this is the mechanism happening inside the body. That means it is strictly according to the Boyle's law. Okay, now scuba diver. So the one who goes deep into the sea to study the oceanography. Okay, this is the best example for water, Boyle's law. So what happens when you go deep inside? Pressure increases. When the pressure increases, volume decreases. Where volume decreases? Volume decreases in the cylinder also, which is the where he is carrying for breathing, and in the body also. That means the due to increase in the pressure at the deep inside the ocean, volume decreases. So that means for the less volume, same amount of gas is going inside. So for breathing, no problem. Okay. That is that you want to make use of what? Boyle's law in scuba divers. Okay, right. All these are told in one slide, examples of what? Boyle's law. So kindly understand once again, go through slides and think on the applications so that Boyle's law is made use in our day-to-day life. And in tomorrow's class, we'll learn one more law. Okay. So till then, have a nice time and thank you.